Hello everyone, this is MSP Knowledge Encyclopedia, and now we are going to start chapter 5 Industries. It is very important chapter, so we will cover it in two parts. First part is mainly on the raw materials of the chapter, and in second part we will study about the particular areas where a particular type of minerals were found, like Osaka, Pittsburgh. These types of things we will cover. Now, at the end of the second part, I will give you a tip which is very important for you while giving your exams. Now, let's start without wasting any time. Secondary activities. So, what do you mean by secondary activities? It is mainly secondary activities. In previous chapter we have studied about the primary activities. It is mainly agriculture. If you have didn't watch the previous chapter, you can watch it and you can reach those videos through a description box. Now, secondary activities. In previous chapter we have studied the primary activities, which is mainly agriculture, or you can see the production of raw material like bamboo, rice, wheat, etc. Primary means first step, which is mainly growing of raw materials. And now in secondary activities, it is also called manufacturing. From the raw materials we will make a usable substances, like from cotton we make shirt. And in next chapter we will study about tertiary activity. So tertiary activity is developing the economic sector and transporting it from one place to another. This is mainly, and this will come in tertiary activity. Now first we will study about the secondary activity. Now, industries. So here's a better example and better definition of this word. Industry refers to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of series. This is mainly, you can say, the industries is a big type of house, you can say, which produces and convert raw materials into usable substances. Now, classification of industries. Raw materials. Raw material industries may be agro-based, mineral-based, marine-based, and forest-based, depending on the type of material they use. It is mainly said to be that a industry which is using the agricultural product, so we will say that this type of industry is agro-based industries. So you can say it also like this. Now, if a industry is using minerals as their raw material and they were making many type of different things, like from iron ore they make iron and another substances from the iron, so it is called mineral based industries. So they use mineral as their raw material. So minerals are, some of the examples of mineral are copper, aluminium, iron, gold, silver, etc. Now, marine based industries. So from the word marine, you can get the outline that in which area it is based. So marine means it is related to the oceans and the seas. So marine based industries play with the ocean and the seas, and they use their raw material from ocean and seas. So this will be, for example, fish and some aquatic plants. So ocean product will be used in these industries. Now, forest based industries, it is mainly that the industries which used forest product is based on, it is called forest based industries. So we have covered this topic. Now, size, how we will see that which type of industry is on the basis of the size. So we classified it into two groups: small scale and large scale industries. So it is mainly two. In small scale industries you can produce your produce your product and sell it in a small origin, like in regional level or in state level. So your production will be not as much as larger than large scale industries. They place with whole country or international countries, so it is very huge, and they produce much amount of their product, which is enough to send it to international level or in national level. Now, ownership. So we can also classify the industries in on the basis of the ownership. So private sector industries. So what do you mean by the private sector industries? Private sector industries are owned by and operated by individuals or a group of individuals. The public sector industries are owned by the operated by the government, such as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Now here are the mainly two types of industries: private sector industries and the public sector industries. So with the word public, you know that it is common to all and it will deal to all people. So that's why it is called public sector industries. So it is owned by government, only government, and it is run by the government only. But instead of public sector industries, private sector industries are owned by individual or a group of individuals. So many many businessmen will make their industries, so it will call private sector industries. Now our third thing is joint sector industries. Here are the example of Steel Authority of India Limited. It is the example of public sector industry. Now joint sector industries are owned and operated by the state and individuals or a group of individuals. So if you are a businessman and you want to settle your industry, so if you contact to the state government and take the help of state government and make a partnership with that with the state, so it will call joint sector industries. Now cooperative sector. Industries are owned and operated by the producer or suppliers of raw material, worker, or both. So cooperative, let's take an example before we get to the better definition. That if you are a milk seller, so if you produce milk, your own milk, you have your own dairy, and then you pack it to the another packages and you sell it. So you will be the cooperative sector. Your industry will be cooperative sector industries. So in this the industries generate their raw material by own, and then they produce some product from them. Examples are Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy are the example of cooperative ventures. Now, factor affecting location of industries. So the industries were didn't held in everywhere. So you can't see any industries if you are in a city area or if you are in a town like Delhi and Mumbai. So it is based on these 9 types of factors. You have to learn it. First, raw material. So the industries were made where the raw material were easily available and transported to the industry. Labor. The industry will be settled there where cheap labor available. Now capital. It is also important that it is in a local area, not in a capital, because in capital areas you have to take much amount of license, etc. Market. It is important that you are close to the market to buy the product which is important for industry. Now water. Water is also a very useful thing, because without water you can't cool down your heavy machine. So water is used to cool down your heavy machine and the transportation of waste through rivers, sea, ocean, etc. Now communication. It is important that you communicate with the other people near you. Transport. A better way of transport is also essential. That road is there, a a train track should be there. Now land, it should be a plain land, not a mountainous land. Now power, it is also important that you have a better consumption and better supply of power, electricity. Now industrial system. So industrial system is a industrial cycle, you can say. So it has the input of raw material and the process with the labor and the another things, and after that the output is a shirt you wear or a substance. Now industrial regions. So this is the industrial region, so now we will study about them. Industrial region emerge when a number of industries locate close to each other and share the benefit of their closeness. So a particular place where many of the industries are held and they communicate with each other, that area will be said to be a industrial region. Now major industrial region of the world are Eastern North America, Western and Central Europe. So here is a map of world political map, where you can see the black industrial region. It is a industrial region where most industries are located. Now Bangalore, Tamil Nadu region, Hajli region, Ahmedabad, Baroda region, Chota Nagpur industrial belt. These are the several industrial region in Mumbai, India. And now here is an industrial disaster, Union Carbide factory. It was a very great incident in Bhopal on 3 December 1984 at 12:30 am, where a gas leaked from a American company, Union Carbide factory. So many thousands of people were died. We will study about it in detail in our civics book. So let's move on to another topic. Distribution of major industries. Now how we distribute the industries on the basis of the product they produce. So it is also that it is based on technology. So let's study by iron and steel industry. So we can say that if an industry is producing the iron product or a mineral waste products which make steel and iron, we can say that this industry is iron and steel waste industries. So here you can see the production of steel. You can see 8 tons of coal plus 4 tons of iron ore plus 1 ton of limestone will only produce 1 ton of steel. So you can see that much of coal and 4 ton of iron ore and these types of minerals were engaged in producing of only 1 ton of steel. So you can see how steel is precious. Now here is the production of steel. Now here is a better place where industries can be held. The best location since 1950, the best location since before 1800, the best location from 1800 to 1950. So you can see in previous time the industries were far away from the rivers and the seas, but in current time or after 1950 we are making industries near oceans and seas. So here is a world's major iron ore producing areas. Now Tata Iron and Steel Company, Jamshedpur. It is very important because it is in major main categories of iron and steel companies in the India. So before 1947 there was only one iron and steel plant in the country, Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. It is also said TISCO. It is very important and it is located in our history book of class 8 also. So we will study about it one by one in detail. First, now I want to give you an outline that TISCO was started in 1907 at Sachi. Now Sachi was chosen to set up the steel plant of several reasons. This place was only 32 km away from Kalimati station of the Bengal-Nagpur railway line. So you can see it is close to the railway line. Now Pittsburgh. It is an important steel city of the United States of America. The steel industries of Pittsburgh enjoys locational advantages. So here is our now we will move about cotton textile industries. Now before moving to it, let's we take an example and let's know about the Pittsburgh. What is Pittsburgh? So it is iron and steel industries of the United States of America. It is the main industry, iron and steel industry of United States of America. So it produced mainly the parts of railways and etc. It is a very large industry. So here we come to the cover half of this chapter, and in the next video we will study about cotton textile industries and our second half chapter. So this is all about this chapter. If you have any problem in this half chapter, you can ask me at comment section, and don't forget about our secret tip which you will get on the second